Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Mulberry Street from 2006. It's from the second year of the After Dark Horrorfest, is directed by Jim Mickle, and stars Nick D'Amici and Kim Blair. Mulberry Street is, in my opinion, the best film from the second year of the After Dark Horrorfest. That said, it's far from the kind of masterpiece that The Abandoned Reincarnation was from year one, which is just further proof that the people at After Dark Films really dropped the ball with year two. But if you think year two is bad, wait until you see year three. And it just goes downhill from there, folks, until year 5, when I honestly think they just gave up and should have retitled the event After Dark Horrorfest 5, The Search for More Money. And if you caught that Spaceballs reference I just made, good for you. I award you many points. Mulberry Street is one of those non-zombie zombie movies, and more than that, it isn't even a zombie movie as it shares more with disaster movies like The Towering Inferno than it does with Night of the Living Dead. It all comes down to the style of the narrative. In a zombie movie, we follow the actions of a group of survivors that have banded together. In a disaster movie, we follow the actions of a group of survivors, but often the survivors are separated until they meet up later in the movie. And that's what happens in Mulberry Street. We see these separate stories that eventually combine with each other, and I really like that. I like a lot about Mulberry Street, to be honest. How the movie introduces all the important characters by following the main character moving through the apartment complex. The handheld camera documentary style. The interesting editing, the beautiful tragedy that is the ending, and the characters are all unique and great. Unfortunately, when we start seeing the human-rat hybrids, they look a little silly, which is why the filmmaker was smart enough to never show the full face of these hybrids clearly, only in extreme close-ups and blurs, so I feel the film's biggest weakness has been adapted into an actual strength, so good on Mulberry Street for doing so. If you like disaster movies, you'll love this film. If you like zombie movies, there's still a lot to like, too. Even though there are more rats than zombies, they are undead, and that, I guess, counts for something. I'm giving Mulberry Street an A- because it may be the best year 2 had to offer, but it is still far from perfect. Join me tomorrow when I review my guilty pleasure favorite from Horrorfest Year 2, Nightmare Man. See y'all then.